You know, Andrew, your idea of these 5 topics that we didn't get to during the show has really taken off. People are enjoying these videos on the YouTube channel. They should subscribe and like them, right?
Damn right they should. Love doing post-show headlines, but I'm kind of nervous today because I've been the guy that's been coming up with them. I mean, we've been kicking them around, but I literally walked in this morning and he goes, hey, by the way, I have all 5 questions. I'm not telling you until we do them. So have at it, I guess.
Yeah, I'd like to see what Andrew has to say. Your first one, are you open now to your boys, the 76ers, taking on the idea of a soft tanking? Not a full-out tanking, not like dumping roster play. Are you open to tanking the rest of this way?
Well, look, you're going to still play Maxey and George. Like, you can't not play them. But earlier in the year, I did ask the question. You may not have been in that day because I always save the best content when you're not in.
You do. You need that, though, because I'm not there to do the heavy lifting.
It was a stretch of games where they were just losing. And we had not gotten an answer on Joel Embiid. And I asked the question for the audience. I said, look, let me just throw this out there. What's the point in the schedule and where you're at in the standings where Joel Embiid's still not back? He's still not necessarily close. When he does play, he doesn't look like himself. Remember, he came back, and then he didn't look good at all. At what point do you just shut it down? And
by
then you
Super Bowl Sunday is that point.
For you.
By Super Bowl Sunday,
a month from
this
now,
season is going to be tanked. This season is going, in the next few weeks, it is going down. It's going to be out of reach. This team is going to
we'll see. So Embiid's back, they're saying.
Oh, they are?
One of the 2 games this weekend, because God forbid he plays both Saturday
Can't play
and Sunday.
2. You might, your leg might fall
So
off.
he's going to play this weekend, and I guess you see how it goes over the course of the time, because this is a different injury. This isn't the knee injury. So this is a different injury. Of course, we're used to all of this. It's ridiculous, but it's a different injury, and you see how it plays out. If it's not going well and he tweaks something again, and you could just tell that he's limbering on the court, then maybe you consider shutting him down. You see what you do with Maxey and George the rest of the year, and if they don't make the playoffs, you go, all right, let's see how bad we can go the rest of this way. I mean, I'm open to it. It sucks. But at this point, you watch this team play. When he's not on the court, they stink.
All right, a month from today, I'll be back from Jamaica, and you'll be jumping on a plane to head down to spring training
2 months.
with Philly Sports Trip.
2 months.
2 months.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay, so let me think. Are you a believer that the 2025 Philly season is the year you've got to do something because the window is closing?
No, the window's going to be open because you're going to eventually get off the books of Schwarber and Castellanos, and then that's going to open up money for other free agents. And
Schwarber this year,
yes.
Castellanos in 2 years.
No, I think the window's always going to be open, but there's just going to be times where you go, and one of my biggest concerns last year was I can't keep waiting for the Braves to collapse. I can't keep waiting for the Dodgers to collapse, which they had been doing in 22 and 23. The Dodgers didn't collapse this last year.
No, they
didn't.
didn't.
The Dodgers won the World Series.
They collapsed on the mound when they were all celebrating.
They won a World Series. So I don't think the window's ever going to necessarily close, but you may have missed out on your best chances to win. And so after this year, if you don't win this year, Dave Dombrowski is going to have to get creative again because right now there is no creativity with this team. They're running it back.
I love your objectivity because you said something that exactly is what I'm thinking. The idea that I think they've missed their best window.
Yes.
Not that they've missed a window to win a championship, but the best window was right there for them and they didn't get it.
It's like the Eagles this year, right? You have legitimately one team in front of you. It's the Lions. There's no other team in the NFC that I thought they could be a Super Bowl contender. Before the playoffs started, I only saw 5 teams that could legitimately be in and win a Super Bowl. 3 of them were in the AFC, 2 were in the NFC. Eventually, other teams in the NFC are going to get better. Doesn't mean the Eagles' window will be closing, but it could mean that it is a tougher chance. So just like the Phillies.
Jaden Daniels getting better.
Right, exactly. So, no, I don't think the window's going to close if they don't win this year, but your chances are getting smaller and smaller because other teams are going to get better, and you're not right now.
Yesterday afternoon, our own Connor Thomas went to the movies by himself.
Okay.
Some people think that's really odd. Some people like doing that. There's certain things that in public you won't do by yourself. First of all, would you have done what Connor did? Would you go to the movies by yourself?
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
But also, are there other things that sort of give you a, I'm not doing this by myself phobia in public?
No, I don't think so. I always thought eating dinner at a restaurant would be weird by yourself until one of our Philly sports trips that we went on. I went to Denver and there was a night where nobody else wanted to go out. And I was like, well, I want to go out. So I went out and ate dinner because I was.
Where did you eat? Did you eat at the bar?
At a restaurant.
No, did you eat
at a bar.
You ate at the bar.
I ate the bar.
I think that's a little different. Would you go sit in a booth and eat by yourself?
Yeah, I've done it.
Really?
Since then, I've done it. There were days, trust me, I hope my in-laws aren't watching this. My in-laws used to watch Coop at a young age. They would come up, and I would say, hey, need you to get here at like 8. Really needed them to get there at like 8:30. I went to a diner by myself to eat breakfast.
Okay.
The early stages of parenthood, you're looking to get away a little bit. You're looking for quiet. So I'm okay with eating by myself. I used to love, when I lived in Manayunk, I'd be done at 2:30. I'd be home by 2:30 because it's right down the street. If it was a nice day out, get the dog on the leash, walk down the main street, find a bar that lets you sit outside with the dog. I used to love
and just sit by yourself.
Yeah, I have no
Do
problem.
you need the phone out?
I would look at it probably more so, but no, I'm okay with just my thoughts. When I walk, when I run, I don't listen to AirPods.
So you don't listen to anything?
I don't listen to music.
Wait a minute.
I did the whole half marathon, no music.
That's a little strange. That seems a lot, but I compliment you
It's an empty,
on the half marathon.
empty brain, man. When there's nothing in here all that often, it's just, it's quiet.
You know how Michael Jordan, the Jordan logo, how big that is? Jerry West, the NBA logo. Jeffrey Lurie called me the other day, and I'm letting you in on a secret. And he said, John, we're considering an all-time Eagle logo with a player that has to be the silhouette. Who's the player?
Probably Dawkins coming out of the tunnel because he's one of everybody's favorite player.
Is there a criteria for the player that would be the all-time Eagles logo? Like, to me, part of me wants to say like a Reggie White, but then Reggie left.
Right.
He went away. And so I can't pick Reggie. You can't pick Donovan. And is there any player on the current roster who you could see becoming that player?
Current roster, there's one guy. It's BG.
See, I think current roster, it's Jalen Hurts.
Could you imagine Brandon Graham, the photo that you would use for the logo post strip sack or as he's hitting Brady?
That's a great one.
That would be your logo. If criteria, you need the Super Bowl ring, which the Eagles only have one of, and Brian Dawkins was not a part of that team, it would be Brandon Graham.
See, I think Jalen's the one. I think Jalen is the guy in the current roster that could end up being the logo by the time it's done. He's already been to one Super Bowl. The minute he wins one, he's the most accomplished Eagles quarterback ever. And what if he wins a couple?
Yeah, but what's the logo? Is it him getting his tush pushed? Like, what's the logo? Like Jumpman. Like that was a photo. The Jerry West is a photo of him dribbling a basketball.
Right.
So Ken Griffey for baseball. It's
now you've screwed me up on this.
Like, you have to have a picture.
What is the photo?
Yeah, it's him. It's his tush getting
some
pushed.
other man pushing on his behind quarters.
Like, that's why I say Brandon Graham. At least it's the visual of him sacking Brady, or Brian Dawkins. Everyone knows him coming out of the tunnel when he's hunched over. Like, that's a visual that people, if you did a silhouette, people could pick out that image.
That Dawk is that guy. All right. You went to the car show yesterday.
I did.
You took your wife and your son. You had a great, great time. First of all, tell people car show. How was it?
Yeah, Philly Auto Show's awesome.
Most importantly, though, the dream car for you right now. If I could have the dream car waiting for you outside, what car are you getting into?
It would be one of today's trucks.
What are you talking about?
You know,
like
me.
One of the. Are you talking pickup?
Yeah, a pickup truck.
But you know extended cab or not?
Sure. Like,
okay, so you want the extended cab.
I'm going to drive my 2013 Honda Civic until it can literally not move anymore. Like, when it comes to cars, I'm not that guy. But my first car was a 2002 Toyota Tundra. All right. And this thing had rust everywhere, but I loved that thing. I lived in that thing. I did sleep in that thing at times. It was a great truck. And I would like to see the gadgets that these trucks have nowadays. But I'm not that kind of guy. Like, I don't have like a dream car.
Dream car.
Dude, if you gave me a Lambo, like, I'd freaking drive a Lambo.
So you would. You would.
Yeah, I would drive a sports car.
See, I want the tricked out Audi A6. That means nothing to me. I've gone to the hybrid car with my long commute back and forth to this place. So I would take the Audi A6 tricked out.
Okay.
And because I want a car, fun to drive car.
Yeah.
Which would be a lot of fun.
I did have a dream when I was a kid of, fixing up like an old Mustang, but then I never learned anything about cars, so I'm not going to be able to accomplish that.
Wait a minute. We break down on the side of the road. You know how to fix a tire, right?
I can change the tire.
Okay, I can change the tire. Can you change oil?
Yes.
Okay. See, I can't change.
I don't know engines.
That's very good. Can you change filters in your car?
Yes.
I can change filters. Can you load the car windshield washer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah,
Well,
it's
no,
just-
some people are helpless.
pouring something in.
Some people are helpless.
Use a funnel and you're
Do you
good.
think Connor Thomas can do those things?
No.
I don't think he can either.
No, I don't think
I think he could change a tire.
By the way, auto show, real quick, like you
You
mentioned.
loved it.
A lot of fun. All ages, you can go to this thing. My son's not even 3 years old. He turns 3 in March.
And he loved it.
He loved it. He wanted to get into every car. And there are a lot of cars that you can get into because there's people trying to sell cars still. I don't know if the salespeople really loved my son all over the steering wheel and touching everything, but whatever. But also the old cars from Hollywood movies that they have there.
Oh.
And a lot of people that I don't remember this in years past. There's people now that deck out their cars for like Instagram and they put their Instagram handles on it. There was some cool like Pimp My Ride stuff that I saw that Cooper was amazed by, and he saw Lightning McQueen, man.
Did they have a Batmobile?
I did not see a Batmobile.
I've seen the Batmobile before, and that was moving the needle for me.
But like Twister, like the van from Twister
Really?
was in there. The DeLorean was there.
What about the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo?
Mystery Machine was not there this year. I've seen it before.
I love that.
And they used to have the dog car from Dumb and Dumber. They did not have that this year.
All right, like, subscribe, and join us. And tomorrow on Kincade and Salciunas, it's a game day Friday.
Football Friday, no sweat. They win.
Simple. Hey, join us. Thank you.
Hey guys, Andrew Salciunas from Kincade and Salciunas. Thank you for checking out all of our stuff on YouTube. Make sure you click, like, subscribe on everything that you see. And of course, you can see everything from our YouTube feed. Full shows, interviews, when John's being an idiot, which is like 15 times a day. So make sure you check out all of our stuff on YouTube. We appreciate it.